Welcome back, everyone, to the second episode of the Staying Alive podcast. We are your host, Kendrick Ang,
I'm Ramon, his co-host.
and we are here to give you little bits of life.
Let's talk about what makes life worth living.
So, before we begin, our podcast is now up on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and YouTube. For the latest updates, please like our Facebook page, Staying Alive Podcast. So, yun.
Um,
Okay.
Today's episode, the last episode, we just wanted to make an introduction. Ngayon, we're going to the central theme of our podcast, which is, we want to share what makes life worth living with simple things that we often take for granted. No? Today's episode will be about solitude, and most of this topic, solitude, is derived. We got it from a book, Letters to a Young Poet by Rainier. Di siya makita. Never mind, no. Rainier Maria Rilke. He's a Austrian poet born in 1875. I discovered him through a movie, actually, Jojo Rabbit, and I was intrigued by his work, so I bought his book, a national, fully booked a few months ago. Um, in this book, I got to, well, both of us, because I sent you pictures of the excerpts from the book
Yes.
3 months ago. We got to discover solitude on a whole new level. These are things we often take for granted nowadays. We don't really appreciate the value of solitude. So let's begin talking about solitude. And in the book, the idea of solitude began with in the book, it's an exchange of letters between Rilke and a young poet by the name of Franz Capus. And the book begins with Franz Capus sending Rilke a letter, and Rilke criticizes it and says that your verses have no identity of their own. And he goes on with saying that you compare them with others and you worry when certain editors turn your efforts down. He basically made a reference here how we as human beings often look for outside approval. We often seek the world, whatever the world thinks of us. Like I write short stories. I often my I often think of my audience and how will they understand my story. But seldom do we ever ask ourselves is what do I think of this? And that's where his philosophy of solitude comes when he says that you're looking to the outside. Nobody can advise you and help you. Go into yourself, examine the reason that bids you to write. Now this is an artist advising to another artist. Um, but his point here is that we need to be alone. We need solitude to understand the inner mechanisms, what makes us work, what makes us right, is to go into yourself and to examine the depths from which your life springs. Now, you, Kendrick, this is an artist to an artist. Pero we can all learn from this. Ikaw, Kendrick, kasi mas na-practice mo to eh. Remember, I sent this to you at a time when you were growing,
Yeah.
when you were going through deep emotional pain from, is it, I don't want to mention, is it alright if I don't mention na lang? You were going through extreme emotion that time. So I sent it to you, and what did you do? Because you practice solitude.
Ako, to practice solitude, I deactivated my social media accounts.
Yeah.
Parang shut out muna ako, shut down ko yung mundo
Mm-hmm.
just to focus on myself muna. Kasi
Yeah, yeah.
realize na parang social media is not really us. It's not ourselves. Even if we post
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
something about ourselves, parang
Yeah, generally, yeah. When we post on social media, we want to appeal to the outside world, diba?
yeah. So,
Seldom do we go into ourselves with social media.
yeah. So yun yung pinakauna kong ginawa.
Yeah, that's just good, actually.
Lasted me 3 weeks kasi napaka-tempting bumalik ng social media.
Yeah, actually, Rilke said that when he actually said that to be tempted is to take away solitude.
So, nung first week, medyo okay.
Yeah,
I was distracting myself and parang Cyril sabi niya, we should embrace loneliness. Pero nung first week,
yeah, he actually said that.
ine-escape ko pa yung loneliness. Parang hindi ko pa ine-embrace. Parang hindi ko pa kaya. Pero parang
Mm-hmm,
2 weeks, parang
mm-hmm.
napansin ko yung loneliness nagka-creep in. And parang na-realize ko yung mga emotions na kailangan kong pakiramdaman to realize
Yeah, yeah.
what I've done and yun na kailangan ko. Kailangan kong ma-realize kung ano yung kailangan kong gawin.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So from that, parang I can say na parang nag-develop yung thinking ko when it comes to handling very emotional situations.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny because this advice was an artist to an artist, yet, it's great how it relates to us. We're ordinary people. We're amateur artists, pero it's great how it relates to us, no? And he even goes on saying that even if you're in jail and you have nothing else but the walls, you have your childhood, which is an immense treasure of memories. Did you ever encounter that when in your 3 weeks of solitude?
Actually, oo. Parang
Yeah.
na binigay ni advice na binigay ni Rilke,
Yeah.
in-embrace ko na
Mm-hmm.
I drew solitude from I drew my childhood as an inspiration para sa solitude ko. Kasi meaning ko I had a not good of a childhood. Parang
Yeah. And I think when he said that, he was generalizing. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a good childhood to embrace the solitude. But I mean, you had a pretty rough childhood, pero you embraced the solitude. Diba? Sorry for interrupting. Continue, please.
kasi nung bata pa ako, usually hindi ako pinapalabas, hindi ako pinapayagan gumawa ng ganito, ganon. Tapos po,
Oh, pre.
I realized na parang there's so much out there na hindi ko pa alam, which
Mm-hmm.
ko lang nalaman. Kaya parang overwhelmed ako madali ako ma-overwhelm sa bagong things.
Oh, yeah. Halata. Kasi nung college tayo eh. Di ba? Parang fidget spinner lang. Amazed na amazed ka na eh. Tsaka ano pa ba? I mean, nagbunta lang tayo ng Mendiola. Amazed na amazed ka na nun. Nalala mo pa yun?
So pag napanood mo yung first episode namin, alam niyo yung pinag-uusapan.
Oh,
So go.
deprived na. I wasn't present nung paglalaki mo. Pero sa mga kwento mo sa akin, parang deprived ka sa childhood mo.
Yeah.
Sobra, I mean, kung kilala niyo talaga si Kendrick ng Husto, which I assume you do kung nanonood kayo nito, is sobrang madali niya ma-amaze. Gullible pa nga eh, to some extent. Sige, continue.
Yun.
Oh. Sige, continue, pre. Sorry to interrupt.
Nah, it's fine. parang I drew inspiration from a bad childhood. Kasi hindi ko hindi ko dapat dala yun eh. Parang since uh, before yung solitude, parang lagi kong sinisisi yung childhood ko eh. Parang I didn't have a good childhood. Parang maraming nangyari sa pamilya. And
Yeah.
lagi kong dala yung bigat na yun. Parang it's hard to move on from your childhood. Kasi na ano eh, na experience mo eh, first hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, nung nasa solitude na ako, I realized na hindi dapat dala-dala mo yun lagi eh. You should have
Oh, yeah.
passed that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, nung nasa
But
solitude,
it's with you.
ano?
But it's with you, diba? The memories are there. They're there to stay.
Hindi mo maiwasan maalala. Pero
Yeah.
what you can do now, which is what I did, is to develop from that, learn
Yeah.
and to carry on
Mm-hmm.
bringing those memories with you. Kaysa
Mm-hmm.
magmukmok sa memories na masama.
Mm-hmm. 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 And would you say the 3 weeks, kasi ako personally di ko siya ma-practice kasi mahirap siya. And Rilke actually says it multiple times in the book that developing true solitude is hard. And would you say na you develop the deep solitude he describes here that excuse me, hanapin ko lang dito ha. There is only one solitude and it is vast and not easy to bear, and almost everyone has moments when they would happily exchange it for some form of company. Well, he says that there is only one solitude, pero I believe, this is my opinion on it, no, that there is only one solitude, pero it has levels, stages, phases. Ikaw ba na-achieve mo ba yung climax na talagang hindi mo na kaya? Kasi you told me nung first week kaya mo, second week hanggang, so na-achieve mo ba yung climax na talagang sobrang bigat na sobrang vast na ng solitude mo?
Feel ko parang hindi ko masabing climax eh, pero parang approaching to that.
Yeah, you were approaching there.
Kasi parang the more I isolate myself,
Mm-hmm.
pa lang yon. Ang hirap kasi bumabalik lahat.
Mm-hmm.
Alam mo yun? Parang present problems mo, past problems mo, yung mga na naglalurk in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Parang
So, hindi mo siya talaga na-achieve to get there.
Yung
Muntik na.
achieve. Hindi ko na-achieve yung climax. Pero may mga realizations din lumabas from those 3 weeks. Parang on what to do or yung slow but steady growth. Yun lang yung parang yun pa lang. Pero I'll be doing it again naman. Or
yeah, you told me after this episode you want to retreat for a while, social media. Take a break. Yeah. I know lots have been going on with you. Kahit walang nangyayari talaga academically. Pero personally, lots have been going on with you. So, as I was saying, no, well, opinion again, pero my understanding from the book is he treats solitude like a 1-to-1 ratio, whereas correct me if I'm wrong, no, as solitude grows, so does your personal growth and development because both are closely intertwined when you spend time alone. He even goes on to saying, perhaps those are precisely the hours when solitude grows, for its growth is painful like the growth of boys and sad like the beginning of spring. But that must not put you off. What is needed is this, and this alone: solitude and great inner loneliness, going into oneself and not meeting anyone for hours. That's the extreme solitude na hindi mo na-achieve, sadly. No.
Mahirap talaga kasi. Mahirap.
Sobrang hirap niya. Sobrang hirap niya. Pero yun nga, what the beauty of this is that when you achieve that level of solitude is you develop your own personality. Because you have your childhood memories to retreat to. Na
To grow from solitude.
personally, I have opinion again. Is that your childhood memories are the most virgin of your memories. It houses your true personality. Because there is no outside influence, no peer pressure years nung teenager ka. Talagang what you see is what how objective ba or objective what you see is what you get type of child, diba? How do I say this? Pag maglalaro ka lang talaga. Pag galit talaga. Pag masaya siya talaga. Diba ganun kapag bata eh? Wala pa yung peer pressure na trying to be cool. So, when you retreat into solitude and you only have your memories, might as well reflect on your childhood memories to develop your own real personality without outside influence.
Yes. Tama ka dun.
It's amazing how this advice from an artist, relates with us. Nung una ko tong nabasa, sobrang shocked ako dito sa librong to. Kasi hindi ko akalain ganito siya kalalim. Alex,
the book written 100 years ago?
Yeah, 100 years ago. The book was written, well, it's an exchange of letters. So from the last letter was sent. Happened ko na dito, ha? I have the book with me right now, excuse me. I think the last letter was sent right around 1904. And the first letter was sent 1903, 1902, 1903. This is a year, 1 year of, these two artists exchanging letters. Little do they know that they would they would create a foundation for a different perspective on solitude.
Yeah. Very
Let's go back to the book. Very profound. Let's go back to the book. And I like how the book does not only put solitude with how do I say it, with self-development. It also relates it to love in some ways, because Rilke hated convention, and I noticed that I forgot which letter, but it's in the book how he hates convention. You in our phone call, you even said you related convention to ice cream. Ano nga yung sabi mo nun, pre?
Kasi parang binigyan ka ng choice if you want ice cream or cake. So,
yeah.
Kahit anong maging choice mo doon, it's convention. It's not free will.
It's not free will.
Trained in you. Na mo doon, it's already predetermined.
Yeah, it's predetermined. He actually said that the future is set. So you have this that I don't understand completely, no. Pero my point here is you can't. The ultimate goal of life is to break from convention, which is in itself hard. Which is why he uses solitude which is why his advice to the young poet Franz Capus was to Use solitude to develop your own distinct personality, to break from convention, the convention of this world. Diba? I'll look up what he said there. I highlighted it here. Diba? Yun. He said, difficult things are what we are set to do. Almost everything serious is difficult, and everything is serious. If you only acknowledge this and manage from your own resources, from your own disposition and nature, from your own experience of childhood and strength, to win your way towards a relationship to sex that is wholly your own, not influenced by convention and custom, then you have no need of fear. You have no need to fear losing yourself and becoming unworthy of your best possession, which is your solitude, which is your own.
Yeah.
And more on that chapter was he actually expressed his hatred for convention even more. And I don't want to go into that kasi sobrang complex na mga sinasabi niya. Pero the basic thing here is the importance of solitude as a key to break the convention. Because we live a very conventional life nowadays. Diba? I think what's conventional now is our us as human beings seeking outside approval. Most of us seek outside approval. And the simple things like sharing a post on Facebook, it's called asking for attention. Diba? Not all, pero most do. Even I fall victim to that. Even this podcast falls victim to that.
Yun nga.
When we see our podcast is an oxymoron. Pero I'm just putting this out there for people to know, that let's try to live extraordinary lives, a life without convention. And let's use this solitude as a means of developing our true personality.
Yeah. For our personal growth and to
For your own personal growth. For your own personal growth, yeah. I love how he relates this solitude to love, romance, and affection. Because it's true that being alone, you develop your own personality. And you know the saying that in order to love someone, you must love yourself so much that it spills over to the other person.
not in a narcissistic way. But to love,
Yeah, not in a narcissistic way.
to love yourself as yourself.
Yeah, yeah. But the convention here is, diba, like, how do I say this? I used to do this before. Kung gusto mo parang magpapogi, what did I do then? Like, ano ba?
And
Ano ko ba ginawa dati? Ito, gusto kong magpapogi noon na parang sumali ako ng drum and lyre club just to say that I was musically inclined. Gets mo ba? Kahit na talagang bass drummer ako noon.
such
I
a
hope you understand. Such a simp, man. Pero I did that. And because I was enjoying it, I felt like I was being musically inclined. I was loving myself more because, banging that bass drum in parades was so damn cool. I thought it was that, and that was a convention in itself. Little did I know, 5 years later, na dapat pala, what you should do is, you should be alone and develop your true personality, not something that, outside, because I felt like being a Beethoven or a Mozart was cool. You know how hot it is when guys play instruments, diba? Like that in itself is a convention. You're catching my drift?
yes. Parang anong isipin mo ngayon is
Yeah. It's so conventional of an idea. Like me trying hard to play basketball for the chicks. Because when you think you think you think you're so cool. So biglang nag-boost self-confidence mo, nag-boost self-love mo sa sarili mo. But that in itself is a convention. Gets mo ba?
And yung yun, very temporary.
Oo.
Kasi nagpap...
Oo. Very, oo. I like how Rilke said it really that developing your true personality when you're on your own, when you're alone, because that's when your true nature comes out, and you just reflect on your memories. And I think that's a more genuine, that's a more genuine face for a girl, for not a girl, a guy, na pakita mo yung true na sarili mo, hindi yung, and I fall victim to this even now, na I tend to over-exaggerate things just to look cool. May mga simp days din naman tayo eh. Pero
That's true.
I like how, yun nga, is that I like how you use solitude to develop your own personality. I keep saying it over and over again just to deliver my point here na you use solitude to develop your personality as a means to
Growth.
kasi ang hirap sabihin sa totoo lang kasi ang lalim ng topic na to eh. Pero yung he made a point that yung relationships are I'm lost. Teka lang ha. His point of view on relationships are love is two solitudes that protect, border, and greet each other. So, with that saying, na ang talagang a truly unconventional relationship would be both people not seeking outside approval, that have their own personality, because only both of those two lonely people in this world understand each other since they develop this deep. Gets mo ba?
Yeah,
You get it? I hope you got my pun. Two lonely people.
let's go. Two?
I hope you got my pun.
Yeah, yeah.
Pun intended dun, ha? Sorry, pun intended dun.
So the listeners, ganito siya lagi. Kasi
Oh. Ako lang natatawa sa joke ko. Pero yun nga, two lonely people in this world understand each other since it's only them that truly, if they use that loneliness correct, it's only those two lonely people in this world connect kasi they have their true personalities radiating. Panis!
general, yung general aim mo naman talaga sa love, if you love another person, it's not growing into one, but growing together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are growing together. And since andun na nga kayo, couple kayo, diba? Andun kayo. Kung akala mo it's a world of parang together, it's a world of company, you're on your own when you're in love.
That's the irony of it, actually.
You're on your own when you're in love. The both of you are on your own when you're in love. You develop more solitude when you're in love because you're creating a new personality. Kayong dalawa.
It's a solitude in itself.
Mm-hmm. It's solitude. Love is solitude in itself. This is so much oxymorons here, man.
Easier said than done. Yung mga this dyan.
Yeah. And the book the book expands into solitude not only with self-development, not only with love, but also with sadness.
Yes.
Yun nga yung sabi ko sa'yo, yun nga you were saying earlier that you had a pretty bad childhood yourself. And in the later letters of the book, Mr. Franz Capos experienced sadness, and he wrote it to Mr. Rilke, Rainier Maria Rilke. I'll just look for the chapter where it's at. It's a rather interesting piece. Here we go. Rainier Maria Rilke looks at sadness like this. There are moments when something new enters into us, something unknown to us. Our feelings, shy and inhibited, fall silent. Everything in us withdraws. A stillness settles on us. And at the center of this new presence that nobody yet knows, making no sound. This is why solitude is important when you're sad, because here is something so foreign to us, something so different to us. It enters in us, diba? We don't know levels of sadness. I haven't. Well, deepest feeling of sadness I've ever had was when I lost my lolo, my grandfather, a couple of months ago. But even that was so foreign to me. Gets mo?
Yeah.
And can you expand more on your own personal experience with sadness and how it, how it, how it passed through you?
Um, to be honest, di pa naman eh. Di pa naman totally nawawala ang loneliness eh. Kasi ano eh, you can't make loneliness disappear. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, baka mawala. Pero, as Rilke said, you should embrace loneliness. Which, nung
Mm-hmm.
weeks na yon, parang, nung first week, di ko muna pinansin. Kasi it's kind of um, mind-boggling. Kasi you enter into a different part of your mind na parang pag nag pag nag-isip ka ng mga lonely thoughts or just embracing the loneliness itself, it leads you to
Mm-hmm.
many different thoughts. And from that loneliness, I've gained realizations, and it helped me improve my mentality sa mga bagay na hindi ko na consider before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He said more on sadness here, that the quieter, the more patient and open we are in our sadness, the deeper, more unerringly the new will penetrate into us, the better we shall acquire it, the more it will become our fate, and when one day the future it takes place. He treats sadness as if it's something that changes us. Well, it does. Sadness changes us. And I think he says that it's better to be it is important to be solitary and attentive when one is sad, because we have all these changes going in us when we are sad, that it's better to take note what's changing within us, not drowning it out in more sadness, and letting that sadness grow, letting that sadness go, because we can grow from the sadness that we are experiencing in ourselves. So, understanding solitude in itself is a difficult and monumental task we all face as humans, but we cannot avoid solitude. Solitude is a unavoidable human condition. We all encounter it at some point, and the best thing we could do for solitude is learn from it, develop a love and affection for it, and sing with it the pain it causes you. Because through the solitude, we develop our true personality, our true we'll understand ourselves more. Therefore, the tendency to seek outside approval is the tendency to seek outside approval becomes a thing of the past as we develop a true and deep true deep loneliness. I know this has been a sloppy episode. This is our second episode, and this is a difficult topic to discuss. But one topic that we would like to for you to understand, because solitude in this modern world is overlooked.
Yeah.
Most of us would happily exchange solitude for some company. We'd go out, we'd meet with friends, and we we wouldn't face things that are difficult now. But that is what makes life worth living is the difficult things. And we'd like to begin with solitude because this is a topic that is often overlooked in our modern society. So with that, we'll end this podcast, second episode of this podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. And catch us on our third episode where we talk about a film, a movie,
A trilogy.
a trilogy. And we all, kaming pareho, mahal na mahal namin yung pelikula ngayon kasi it's so damn good. We'll not only criticize it, we'll talk about the central topic of the movie.
Just like our Facebook page
Like our Facebook page
to know what.
for updates. Listen to us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, even Facebook. And let's together let's explore what makes life worth living.
And
This
with
has been this has been your host, Ramon,
and Kendrick.
for the Staying Alive podcast. See you in our next episode.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye bye.